Good evening, everyone. Welcome to People's Voice. Eid Mubarak to all my viewers and their loved ones. May Allah bestow His humongous blessing in all of us. May Allah also make us capable of spreading love, laughter, happiness, and positivity all around us. Ameen. And today's our guest is someone young, talented, and absolutely self made man. He is the right combination of talent, intelligence, hard work, and courageous. He is an Indian staying in Rajasthan. Today he is going to talk about freelancing. What is freelancing, how he got into it, what are the struggles, and so on. We in couple of minutes we will start our conversation, but before we begin, let me just greet you all and chat with you. Albatros, I believe that is Lubna. Hi Lubna, hi Oman, and our guest is in our chat room, so let's invite him first. Today is our 10th speaker. Time is just flying, I must tell you. Why 10 days got over. Hey Mandeep.
Hi Nashima, how are you?
I'm doing well. How about you?
I'm great. I was just listening to the wonderful introduction that you were giving me. Thank you so much, and
No
thank you so much
problem.
for having me on People's Voice.
It's our pleasure to have you. All right, before we start speaking, get into a deep conversation, let me just introduce you to all my viewers. Mandip Gill. He is the co-founder of the YouTube channel called Labor Law Advisor with more than 1 million subscribers. And also the co-founder of ThinkWit, which is India's biggest YouTubers conference. After quitting his first job in 2017, Mandip started writing as a freelancer and soon discovered that his articles are ranking number 1 in Google search results. After tasting success as a writer, he decided to fuel his video production curiosity. While he was still learning video editing, he reached out to clients who would pay him to edit their videos. And within just 2 months, had clients from US, UK, China, Israel, and many more countries. Some would call it luck, but it was through meticulous planning, execution that he developed these skills while at home to earn his bread and butter. During this learning phase, he became YouTuber and came up with the channel called Labor Law Advisor. The channel educates the Indian workforce about their rights and Indian labor laws so that he can build a better financial future for us Indians. Welcome, Mandip Gill, to People's Voice.
Thank you so much, Nashima. Thank you so much for having me, and uh, on People's Voice. And I'm glad I could contribute to all the people who want to be or looking into freelancing as a career.
Thank you. Let's start with Mandip. A bit about yourself, if you can talk about, and how you got into freelancing.
So it's quite a long story. I was still about 20, 21, 22 years of age, just out of college, and I was lost as to what I should do with my life, in which way I should build my career. So I was exploring options. So I had already tried and dropped out of CA, and I was pursuing CAT for my MBA after
Oh,
my graduation.
okay,
So while preparing for CAT, I realized that this is not the right fit for me. While I'm able to understand everything that's going around me, this is clearly not something I can do. I can see myself doing for the rest of my life. The MBA thing and the job after MBA, the corporate life. So I dropped out of MBA. I tried out a sales job. After trying out that sales job, I figured out that okay, this is also something that I am not so passionate about. So
okay,
I dropped out of three career options, and totally disappointed my family, and they were clueless as to what will I do next and what all things I will drop out next.
okay,
So I was sitting at my home, and I was exploring content writing. And my current partner, who is Rishabh Jain, he's my partner in my YouTube channel called Labor Law Advisor. He has a startup called Creo. So he offered me a content writing opportunity as a freelancer. So I started writing for their blog. So with time, I learned digital marketing, SEO, and stuff, and my article started to rank number 1 on Google. So that was the freelancing thing that I was doing, and I realized that unknowingly I had paid quite a lot of attention to the process of writing articles and learning how to rank them. So I realized, okay, this is something I'm good at, and freelancing is also something I'm good at. I was also trying to learn video editing because I, always dreamed of having a YouTube channel. So when I was learning video editing, I thought of why not monetize what I am learning. So I knew some freelancing portals such as Fiverr.com. I went there, I built my profile, and for 2 months I just kept applying on opportunities, and no one paid attention to me. And for good reasons, because I was a new profile. I did not have any ratings, any reviews, and I did not have a good portfolio to show them. So it took me quite a while to bag my first client, who did not pay me, by the way. So I tried a lot of things to get more clients, and gradually one client, two client, I started getting clients. And
Hmm.
there's this one client who was from UK who used to pay me a good amount of money for a good amount of work. So that used to make up for my monthly income that I was happy with. So I understood, okay, this freelancing is something I'm good at. I'm also good at marketing myself and selling myself to people, making them believe that I can do their work. So that's what matters. So then I got into freelancing as a full-time freelancer. And after when I successfully built a YouTube channel to rely on, I shifted my commitments to solely to YouTube, just to grow that YouTube channel. So I'm no longer an active freelancer, but I once was a very successful freelancer.
Glad to know that. And so I believe freelancer you became by chance. You were not intentionally planning to do that, if I'm not wrong.
Yes,
And
yes.
and you were also talking about Fiverr. If you can explain what is Fiverr and how to create your profile there, and if there is any other portal where freelancer can make their profile.
Of course. So I first learned about Fiverr while I was reading an article in the newspaper, and this is something I tell to most people. You should always be learning new things and reading new things, and about reading about the developments that happening around you. So if I was not reading that newspaper that day, I would never have found out about Fiverr, at least at the right time. So
True.
there's Fiverr, there's Upwork.com, there's Freelancer.com, there's Guru.com, and there are a lot of freelancing websites. If you search on Google top freelancing websites in the world, you'll get a list of top 10 freelancing websites. So
Okay.
Fiverr, Fiverr is extraordinary in terms of getting you clients quickly as a new
Okay.
freelancer. So up
Okay.
if we talk about Upwork, it's very difficult to get your profile approved, because
Okay.
Upwork says that we have a lot of video editors on this website already, and we have to cater to each and every one of them. So we cannot let you come to Upwork unless someone quits Upwork. So but Fiverr doesn't have this restriction. Fiverr is a level playing ground, and you just log in with Google or Facebook and whatever. You write about yourself, who you are, what you do, whether you have any certification in your expertise. And it's not just about video editing. You can render any service that you are good at. You can even make funny videos for a client if he is willing to pay.
Okay.
So you can find any freelancer for any job from pin to plane. So if you want to get your PDF file converted to a JPG file, there's a freelancer on Fiverr ready to do it for you for $5. And I know it sounds pretty basic because we all know how to convert a PDF to JPG, but some people don't, and they are earning a lot of money. So it's not about just a couple of handful services that you first have to learn and then you can become a freelancer, but it's about how to market yourself and what are your strengths and what are the services you can offer to people. So keeping that in mind, you have to build your profile, you have to write a good bio which suggests that you are an expert in what you claim. Then you have to define packages. So Fiverr lets you offer three packages of a same service. So you buy a car, so there's low model, middle model, and the top model, right?
Okay.
So you are offering a same service in three different packages. So you have to mention all the details. So in the $10 package, I am only ready to edit a 1 minute video, and I will not be adding any background music. I will not be adding any fancy transitions. I will just cut a video and just send it to you. But if you pay me $20, I will be adding background music. I will be making some fancy cuts. I will be making interesting to watch, and then I will give it to you. And if you pay me $30, you can ask me for unlimited revisions. This is just an example.
Okay.
So you need to adjust your packages according to what the customer is more likely to get attracted by. So that's the whole game. So sometimes as a new freelancer, you think that okay, $10 is too less for a service, 10-minute video and background music and blah blah blah. But as a beginner freelancer, you have to understand you do not have those 5-star ratings and 5-star reviews to back you up. So you have to sometimes even work for free, or you have to sometimes offer more than you promise, so that you gain the trust of your customer, and they leave you with a 5-star rating, so that it becomes easier to get your next customer. So if so that's about how to create a Fiverr profile and how to design your packages so that they are more appealing. So what good freelancers do is the minimum price that you can quote for is the $5, because the name suggests Fiverr. So they create three packages. One is for $5, the other one is for, let's say, $50, and the other one is for $100. But the minimum package they keep at $5 or $10, because when you are browsing a bunch of freelancers, you as a customer you are more likely to select the cheapest one, right? So once they are already on your profile, now if your profile is really good, if your portfolio is really good, they will happily order the $50 package or the $100 package if they require. But you have to think of all the ways to get the customers to your profile first. And for that, you have to have a good bio. You have to mention in bullet points why should a person hire you. So you have to write. You can write 5 points or 10 points that you can. You have a 24-hour turnaround time. You can just edit a video in 24 hours, or you can just write an article in 2 hours, let's say. So that will give them the confidence, okay, that they can get the results pretty soon, and they can decide whether they are good or not, and they can ask for revisions if they are not satisfied. So that's point number one. Point number two, they can mention that you are giving them unlimited revisions, for example. Point number three could be you will add these things on top of it, even though they didn't ask for it, so they can feel nice about it. So you have to come up with.
One of the viewers is also talking about the same thing. Great rating means looking for value and money income.
Yes.
Mandeep, you have explained in a very meticulously the entire concept of Fiverr, and I'm sure our viewers got a great idea about it, how it works. But I'm sure it's not only. You want to say something?
One tip, one tip that I can give to anyone who's confused about how to build a good Fiverr profile. You can just take a look and take inspiration from the top Fiverr freelancers.
Okay.
You just go there and you just observe how they have presented themselves, and you can do the same thing. You don't have to just copy. You can take some inspiration. So that's how I learned.
Yeah. Okay, all right. The concept of Fiverr is clearly understood now, but I'm sure, Mandeep, just by creating profile, you can't get clients.
Yeah.
Then
exactly.
What needs to do apart from just creating a profile? What's the next step?
Okay, so we have to realize this fact that India has a lot of unemployment problem, and a lot of countries, developing countries or underdeveloped countries, are having unemployment problems similar to India. So a lot of people, when they hear about Fiverr or any freelancing portal, they immediately go to that website and build a profile, and they just wait for the clients to magically appear, which will not happen. So, but this creates a major problem for the people who are really serious about it, because now the Fiverr has millions of freelancers, and half of them are not even serious. So when a customer is searching for a good freelancer to hire for writing an article, they are being shown thousands of results, just like Google results. So they are getting confused as to who to pick. So they will obviously pick the most reviewed or most rated guy. So since you are a newbie at Fiverr, you don't have the reviews. You are given an option to apply to buyer opportunities, buyer requests. So suppose
Okay.
I am a buyer. I want to hire a writer to write a content for my website, but I cannot pick just one freelancer. I want to um, what do you say? I forgot that word. I want to put out a request that okay, I need this work done. I have this much budget, and I need it done by next week. So all the interested freelancers apply to that opportunity.
Okay.
So
So it's
so
like making
now,
payment for yourself.
yeah, yeah. So now you have to apply for that request, and you are given a dialog box of 800 words. So in 800 words, you have to explain why are you good at that work, and why should the guy hire you. So
Yes.
on an average, on one request, there are 50 or 60 applicants. So again, the competition is reduced to 1 in 60, but it's way better than 1 in a million. So now you have to just beat 50 or 60 guys. So, and that is also challenging. It took me 2 months of consistent applying to opportunities and stuff, and I got my first client. And even then, I had to offer one video out of 10 videos absolutely free of cost to catch their attention. So
Ah,
I offered them, if you want to have 10 videos edited, I can edit one of them for free of cost, and you can keep the video even if you don't like it, and you just choose to not pay me and move on. So they were quite impressed with my offer, and I edited one video free of cost, and they agreed to pay me for the rest 9 videos. So you have to use some tactics to gain their trust, and to attract some eyeballs, and only then will they be able to trust you as a new freelancer, because you don't have the rating. Once you start getting the rating, you can put forth your own terms. Okay, that I'm not comfortable editing a video for free of cost, so they will have to pay. But at first, you have to do it.
uh-huh. So Mandeep, we understood the concept of freelancer, what it is, how to attract the customer, how to make your own profile so that it looks quite attractive and catchy. But now
Yeah.
we would like to know your struggles. What are the challenges you faced when you were in a struggling period?
Okay, so one of the major revelations I had was the fact that okay, I'm a new freelancer and I'm not going to get clients if I just create a profile and sit back and relax. And I was doing nothing at that time. I mean, of course, I was writing articles for a blog, but that wasn't generating a good enough revenue. That was a great learning experience, but that was not generating a good enough revenue for me. So I was constantly utilizing my free hours. Since I'm totally free, I was writing for at least at most 4 hours a day or 5 hours a day, but
Hmm.
20 hours a day I was totally free. So I used to brainstorm a lot on that same website, Fiverr. How can I get a client? What do I have to do to get a client even for $5? So I
Okay.
got obsessed with just getting my first client, even if it was just for $5.
Okay.
So that made me improve my sales pitch. So I used to apply for buyer opportunities, and every
Hmm.
time and every day I used to get only 10 opportunities. So Fiverr lets you apply to at most 10 opportunities as a new freelancer. So once I've
Every
exhausted my every day. So once
okay.
I've exhausted my 10 opportunities, and once no one is replying to me, I used to get disappointed at the day end, because I have applied to 10 different people and no one has responded. So again, I used to write 10 emails the next day. So every day I was writing 10 emails, and I used to just aim to improve my new email over my previous email. I used to
Yes.
just make sure that my new email is better than my previous email. What could I change in this pitch so that the person pays attention to me? So that
Mhm.
made me come up with discount offers, and understanding what they want as a buyer and offering them exactly that. So
Mhm.
that took me 2 months to bag my first client. And then slowly, I started getting 2, 3 more clients from China, Israel, and I did not get that many clients, but I got one client who paid me a good money, and he's still in touch with me. He's still a really good friend. So I made some good relationships as well, and I made good money as a freelancer. But it took me, some months to figure it out and get my clients.
Uh-huh. So it would be, I believe, right to say that during your struggling time, you learn how to cater to your clients, to your customers, if I'm not
Yeah,
wrong.
it was purely a sales exercise. So I was just analyzing what's wrong with my current email and how can I improve them.
Excellent. That was a good learning experience, I'm sure. But once you establish the contacts with your client, is it a wise thing to have a direct contact with your clients?
No, it's not a wise thing, and Fiverr doesn't let you establish a direct contact with them because
Okay.
Fiverr takes a cut from your payment. So if you have been placed an order of $100, Fiverr will take 20% of that and transfer $80 to your account. So
Okay.
Fiverr doesn't let you establish a direct contact with your client, and it's always wise. Even I would suggest that if you are doing business with some client, you should not establish a direct contact. It has two implications. First of all, Fiverr, if Fiverr recognizes that you have done such thing, Fiverr will block your profile. And suppose you have reached, let's say, 50 5-star reviews. Fiverr will block that profile and you have to start from scratch. So you are left with zero reviews and zero ratings, back to square one. So you should
Okay.
not do that for that reason. And the second reason is, what's the second reason? Yeah, if you don't process an order from Fiverr, the buyer will simply not be able to leave you with a good 5-star rating. So if you're not getting rating, you're not getting new clients. So you're just stuck with one client. So there's an old saying in Hindi, सोने की मुर्गी को एक साथ नहीं मारना चाहिए.
Hmm.
That applies.
True, true, true. So Fiverr, in your opinion, is the one of the best ways to get clients as a freelancer.
Yes, but there are other websites as well. As I mentioned, Upwork, but Upwork is pretty much saturated and it doesn't let you make a profile.
Too
So
many
it's
limited.
really difficult to, yeah. But other websites are still there, freelancer.com, guru.com. So depending on what your skill set is and what your ticket size is, you can select between these websites. So Upwork usually gets you high paying gigs. Fiverr gets you low paying gigs, but once you go in and prove your worth, you can quote as much amount as you want. So
You
every
can get,
platform has its strength.
yeah. You can get work as much as you can. It depends completely on your quality, hard work, and what you have to offer.
Yeah,
Mandev, with that, we are towards the end of the session. It was lovely chatting with you, and I'm sure I read so many comments. They are really liking this informative chat because these days everyone wants to work for themselves. They don't want any bosses. They want to be a boss of their self. So I'm sure you
yeah.
must have given a good insight about freelancer. Thank you once again. I wish you all the very best for your future endeavor.
Thank you so much to you too, and all the best. And Eid Mubarak.
Eid Mubarak to you too. Thank you.
Thank you. Good night. Bye bye.
Good night. So that was Mandeep Gill, and he has given a lots of insights about freelancing, the struggle, what is freelance, where you can get work, how to get work, how to create profile. So if you are interested to be freelancer, you'll watch this video or you can contact Mandeep. His all details, contact details is there on my Instagram. With that, I will sign off. I just want to tell you all once again, stay safe, stay home, take care of yourself, take care of your loved ones, especially elder people. With that, thank you so much. Signing off, Nasima Khan from People's Voice. Good night.